Hello, bobbleheads! I'm Ryan F9 and these are the best helmets for round noggins. First is the Arai Quantum X, which is no surprise really. I mean, Arai pays more attention to head shape than anybody. The Quantum is not shy about being round. And if that's not enough, Arai built 5mm of peel-away foam into the padding, so you can go ahead and make this beach ball even rounder if need be. The crown is adjustable too, which is an extremely rare level of customization. Arai's bread and butter is wealthy motorcyclists with weird heads, so I guess it's just their commercial interest to make the most adjustable helmets around. Touching quickly on that wealthy bit, the Quantum X is $800 in boring colors and $1,000 in graphics. Because $200 is pocket change to Arai buyers, because paint costs more money in Japan, because Arai has no shame. Choose whichever excuse you like. The shell is PBSCLC for peripherally belted super complex laminate construction. Any name that includes the word super complex is obviously designed to impress, not describe. So let's keep it real, Arai, and just say this is a fiberglass shell with an extra strong belt wrapped around the top of the eye port. And that allows me to have less EPS foam here, allowing for a thinner shell, allowing for a higher field of vision in that full tuck position. Ventilation is good and bad. The good is that the vents close with these flaps that maintain aerodynamics and therefore quietness. Also good are the visor ducts, which actually run cool air back to the blood flow at your temples. The bad is that you have absolutely no hope of finding these vent controls with your gloves on. Speaking of bad, this chin curtain makes the helmet way too stuffy, so rip it out and put it someplace where you're never gonna find it again, because you'll much prefer actually being able to see the emergency pad release tabs. Plus, I still have this retractable curtain if I want to yank it out for a chilly ride. Arai, this thing was pointless. In a similar vein, the new shield latch is also unnecessary. Push it down, push it up. Either way, you need to get in there with your finger to properly unlock the visor. This is so badly designed that I'm not even sure how it was supposed to work. But still, the Quantum X is special. It's crazy comfortable for round heads, it's crazy safe with 5 EPS densities, and it's crazy light at 1,615 grams. You'd still be crazy not to choose the cheaper Shoei RF-1200 instead, but for the roundest noggins, that isn't really an option. What is an option is the Qwest, because this is Shoei's properly round bucket. This could be the best buy of 2017. It's a remarkable helmet, selling for only $350-ish since Shoei announced its replacement, the RFSR. Long story short, I'm not sure the RFSR can be much better. This is already one of the safest helmets. Shoei used organic fibers to make the fiberglass more elastic, meaning it stretches and crackles the impact across a larger surface area of the shell, on a physical level. On a statistical level, it means it scored a perfect 5 out of 5 safety rating from Sharp. The Qwest also made my quietest helmets video, which is no mean feat, especially considering it has a rather open-ended neck roll. I doubt there's another helmet out there that ventilates this well and achieves such a low decibel rating. Although I am waiting for the RFSR to prove me wrong. The Qwest is Snell rated. It weighs 1,650 grams and it has no sun visor. So immediately you would think super sport helmet. And immediately you would be wrong. In fact, this helmet is much happier in an upright riding position, and it isn't that aerodynamic. You certainly wouldn't want to be headbutting this much wind at 200 miles per hour at the track. The HJC CL17 is a more track-worthy choice. It also digs out a new price bracket way down below the $200 mark. One reason I plunk the CL17 on the track is that it's loud as shit. But I mean, sporting spider monkeys all use earplugs anyway, so why not? Also, it has a racer's cut, meaning that this neckline is drawn upwards. That reduces weight, 1,605 grams for this size medium, which is officially witchcraft for a polycarbonate bucket. Now, the racer's neckline also poses less risk of breaking your clavicle, makes it easier to go into a full tuck position, and easier to shoulder check on the losers behind you. Of course, the CL17 is a round head shape. I haven't forgotten the theme of our video just yet. It has an eyebrow vent, which is rare, it has a visor lock, which is less rare, and a pin lock shield included, which isn't rare at all, but always handy. I'll take a final jab at the shield mechanism, which opens and closes with the smoothness of nails on chalkboard. Also, if you have an enormous round noggin, bear in mind that the CL17 is Snell rated in every size except 3XL, 4XL, and 5XL. Now, enough standard helmets. Let's close with options for the modular, the open, and the adventurous. Modular is the only choice I'm not happy with. This is a Bell Revolver Evo, and I kinda hate it. That's because it's leaky. The panel gaps remind me of a childhood trip to the Grand Canyon. And then the visor doesn't really close, it just sort of vaguely stops moving somewhere near the gasket. All this amounts to the best ventilated modular helmet that I know of, but it's also the loudest and the wettest, should you be foolish enough to use it in the rain. The Revolver is one of the heaviest modular helmets around as well, at 1,870 grams. I didn't know my scale could go that high, least of all with a polycarbonate helmet on there. Bell isn't stupid though. They started throwing chin curtains into the boxes, which really does help with the draftiness. They also designed this to be one of the few modular helmets that actually jives in a full tuck position, plus they're offering it in graphic options at $270, which is a mere $10 over the base price. And if you remember correctly, Arai was charging $200 for graphic options, and they didn't look any nicer than this. Bell threw in little treats too, like a magnetic chin strap and a sun visor, and the latter drops and retracts with all the slick vigor that the main shield lacks, by the way. Of course, the Revolver Evo is a truly round head shape, which is the main reason I had to pick it. There are lots of better modular helmets out there that are sort of slightly round, but I mean, hey, if you could fit in those, you wouldn't be watching this video. Now, speaking of fitment, this helmet uses a XXL shell size for everything medium and up, so don't be surprised when the Revolver looks more bobbleheadish than you do. Now, the Biltwell Bonanza looks bobbleheadish in the photos online, which is why I was surprised when mine arrived quite slim and trim. In real life, it's almost as thin and almost as lightweight as the fancier fiberglass Bell Custom 500. Now, I've had my Bonanza here for a year now, and I absolutely love wearing it. I also love the $140 price tag, so much so that I bought one of these round helmets, even though my own head is decidedly neutral. Now, Biltwell's mentality is no vents, no worries. But mine is more no vents, I'm worried. Specifically, I'm worried about the liner rotting away in sweat. Fortunately, this brushed Lycra is removable and washable though. It's also hand-stitched into a diamond pattern, which does sound pretty cool, though I'm actually not that stoked on the idea of someone in Taiwan having to stitch my liner by hand. I should mention that Biltwell makes atrociously inaccurate size charts. In the case of the Bonanza, you'll need a size smaller than suggested. I should also mention that there are other round and retro 3/4 lids out there, most notably the Scorpion Belfast, which costs about twice as much. But in my experience and by the feeling of my own head, the Bonanza is rounder. Lastly, I chose the Arai XD-4 as a round adventure helmet, which is ironic because it's not actually round. It's neutral, tending slightly to the round side. But remember those 5mm of peel-away foam? Well, the XD-4 does have them too, and that can make it one of the rounder adventure helmets out there. For whatever reason, there aren't a lot of alternatives in this category. The Arai also jumped to mind because of its ear room. See how the padding totally falls away on each side? That results in no pressure points on the side of your face, even if you have quite a round head, and even if you have a bit of a Dumbo thing going on like I do. Shape stuff aside, this is a brilliant 50-50 adventure lid. With breezy visor vents and 4-way chimneys up top, it's quite an airy helmet to float around the trails. But it also has better soundproofing than most ADV lids and foolproof aerodynamics with the smoosh down sun peak. So it's pretty competent on road too. My medium weighs 1,650 grams, which is respectable. Now all the cowls and plastic parts you see are designed to snap off in a crash, allowing more of this shell to be safely spherical. The XD-4 also passes Snell ratings and has emergency quick release cheek pads, a couple of safety features that you'll rarely find on ADV lids. Now, if Arai does have an XD-5 in the works, my two biggest requests would be for a larger eye port and for their VAS shield system. Now, the former would let me use large frame goggles when I'm riding around the trails, and the latter sits their visor hinge lower for an even more spherical, even safer shell. And those are the best helmets for Earth-shaped heads. Thanks for watching.